Once upon a time, in the middle of a warm and magical countryside, there was a beautiful place called Cozy Harvest Farm. It was not an ordinary farm. Every fruit and vegetable there could walk, talk, laugh, cook, and play together like one big happy family. Every morning, the farm woke up with cheerful sounds. Tiny tomato kids ran through the grass laughing happily. Blueberry babies rolled down little hills. Bananas carried baskets filled with fresh fruits. Strong pumpkins worked in the fields while carrots watered colorful flowers. At the center of the farm stood a giant cozy kitchen barn where everyone cooked delicious meals together every evening. The tomatoes loved singing while stirring soup. The pumpkins made warm pumpkin stew. And the peas danced around the kitchen while steam floated through the air. The farm was always full of happiness. But near the far end of the farm, beside an old wooden fence, lived three families who often felt lonely. The Brinjal family, the Melon family, and the Guava family. Even though they worked hard every day, they believed nobody truly liked them. One quiet evening, Papa Brinjal looked down sadly and said, "Maybe we are not special like the others." Mama Melon sighed softly. "Everyone loves strawberries, apples, and mangoes more than us." Little Guava's eyes filled with tears. "Do we even matter on this farm?" The three families sat quietly under the moonlight while the happy sounds of the farm echoed in the distance. Days passed. The Brinjal family continued watering the gardens. The Melon family carried heavy carts through the fields. The Guava family shared fruit and tea with tired workers. But deep inside, they still felt invisible. Then one night, dark clouds suddenly covered the sky. Strong winds shook the trees. Heavy rain poured across the farm. Tiny vegetables ran home in fear. Lanterns swung wildly in the storm. And suddenly, crack! The old wooden bridge near the river broke apart. Water rushed toward the lower gardens where many small children were trapped. Everyone panicked. "Help!" cried the peas. "The water is coming!" shouted the carrots. But then, the Melon family rolled quickly toward the rushing flood and blocked the water with their large round bodies. "Push together!" shouted Papa Melon. At the same time, the Brinjal family held up the broken bridge with all their strength so the tiny vegetables could safely cross. "Hurry, little ones, you can do it!" Mama Brinjal said warmly. Meanwhile, the Guava family opened their cozy treehouse home to all the frightened children. Little Guava handed warm tea to the crying blueberry babies and whispered, "You are safe now." All night long, the storm continued. And all night long, the Brinjal, Melon, and Guava families worked harder than anyone else. Finally, morning arrived. Golden sunlight slowly touched the wet fields. The storm was over. Everyone gathered together in the great kitchen barn. Old Pumpkin, the mayor of the farm, stepped forward proudly. "Today, these families saved Cozy Harvest Farm." The whole barn became silent. Then little Strawberry shouted, "The Melon stopped the flood." "The Brinjal saved the bridge," yelled Baby Corn. "And the Guavas made us feel safe," whispered a tiny blueberry. Soon the entire barn filled with cheers and happy tears. For the very first time, the Brinjal family, the Melon family, and the Guava family finally understood something important. Every fruit and vegetable had its own special gift. Some brought sweetness. Some brought strength. And some brought comfort. But together, they made the farm a home. That evening, glowing lanterns filled the sky while every fruit and vegetable laughed, danced, cooked, and shared dinner together under the stars. And from that day on, Nobody on Cozy Harvest Farm ever felt useless again.